Hey guys, welcome back. It's Anna. I am so excited to be doing my 2017 journal recap. Look at all those journals. I think this has been my record year of journaling in terms of how many journals that I've finished, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, these are 1, 27, 28, 29. Holy crap. Holy cow. Okay. I did not think I would reach 29 journals. When I did a guess, I thought maybe about 15, but apparently I did a lot more journaling than I thought. So I'm going to go kind of like one by one through this. I'm trying not to knock things over. This has been a big year for journaling for me, just because I had a lot to go through mentally. I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety October of 2016, but I'm pretty sure I've suffered that for longer than that, but I really started to seek help around that time. And for me, journaling just kind of became my therapy when I didn't have somebody to talk to, if that makes sense. So I just had a lot of things to go through. I went through a lot of changes. I quit my job, which was really adding to my anxiety. It was causing a lot of it. And we were moving, and there were just so many changes. So as you can see, I used journals as just a way to kind of cope with all of that. And in a way, it's helped a lot. And then you'll see a lot of random journals too, because you don't see just traveler's notebooks, just because I was on a journey to use up a lot of blank notebooks that I've had. Either they were gifted to me, or I was just hoarding them because they were cool journals, but I didn't want to use them. 2017 was the year that I was going to tackle that and use what I had and shop less, buy less notebooks. And that has been a huge learning point for me in terms of what I really use, what I really need, what I really want to buy in terms of stationery, because most of my money goes to that. Out of all the things that I am passionate about, it's handbags and this. And really, I just want to start focusing as I'm getting older on experiences and just quality things, instead of just buying, and using quantity as a way to kind of, I don't know, drive my creativity, because you don't need a lot to be creative. So as you can see, I've got a lot of journals, and I've got a bin behind me that I'm going to start stacking up just so I can get it out of the way. 2017, lots of writing. I started using my journals to save up a lot of paper memories that I've had over the years, and that's why this one is so huge. Was because I was cleaning out a bunch of boxes and whatnot, and just pen pal letter things, images that I've saved over the years for whatever reason. They're all in here. That's why this one is so thick. So that's number 78. That's the one that I started with. I had a Paris theme with this. It was supposed to be a junk journal, and I had made this years ago out of paper that the Vitacost products were wrapped up in. And so I just kind of utilized the junk journal as a regular journal. That was number 79. Lots of 013 inserts, which is my favorite. So started kind of playing around with decorating the covers, which I don't usually do. Once again, it's kind of thick with a bunch of things that I've been saving up and images. Played around with different ink colors. And this, I played around with some new wax seals, stamps. And same here, it's just thick with a bunch of like things that I wanted to save, cards and whatnot. So a lot of my focus at the beginning of the year was clearing that out. We went to Las Vegas this in this insert. I got to see the Backstreet Boys. That was my first time in Vegas. So I had a lot to journal about there. Really happy about that. I love collecting stickers for where I go because I think those make really great souvenirs and a way to like journal without junking it up with too much stuff. Got to go to Port Townsend in this insert. That was our first time going. And I don't think I did too much. This one's not as thick, but I did kind of keep with just a couple ink styles. I'm still using a lot of inks in the background and collaging. And then you'll see a change too because I start not collaging as much and more writing as seen starting in this journal, just because these are kind of harder covers and they bulk up so easily. So I've had this journal for a long time. I got it at Boswell Books in Milwaukee. That's number 84. I just love the images. They're so fun. And in this one, I journaled in mostly just the two inks that I liked the most. But you do see a bit of like imagery that I've added to it, but I really don't like it when it starts like spreading out too much like that. I pushed it with this one. This one is a novel journal, so it's the whole Alice in Wonderland book written instead of lines. You just see the actual lines of the book, which I thought was really cool. I got that at Boswell Books too, so I've had that for a long time. This one really reinforced the fact that I did not like lines in my journals. But I did try to fill it up with a bunch of things. And so there's that journal right there. I did bulk up this one. This is a Moleskine Snoopy Peanuts one that my husband got for me as a stocking stuffer one year. Number 86. And once again, just lined. I did not like the lines. But in this one, I used a lot of Blackwing pencil to journal, and I really, really enjoyed that. It really made me love going back to not only pencil journaling, but also the fact that I really enjoy using moleskines. Before this, I hadn't used moleskines in a long time, and this really reminded me how much I really enjoyed that. It just kind of brought me back to like the basics of journaling, that you don't need fancy journals or anything. You use what you like. This journal really kind of changed it for me, was that I just rediscovered my love of Moleskine and just the simplicity of journaling itself as an act. I had a set of Pendleton notebooks, so I labeled this 87.1, but I didn't end up using the other three for that. I just kept them as their own separate journals, so it just moved on to 88. This was the only cover that I really liked, but once again, it was lined. And this one I did bulk up a little bit. That was okay because it was a soft cover. I did like that these were lightweight. It was nice to go back to a lightweight journal. The other ones, because they bulked up so much, got so heavy. 88, 89 were actually the Pendleton notebooks, as you can see from the inside. But I just recovered them into some paper that I liked from the Flow for Paper Lovers ones. So that's 88 and 89. Just really, see, going back to the whole nature thing, I just really enjoyed that. This is an insert that I made. I had a whole bunch of them that I made from like scrap pieces of paper that I wanted to use, so I turned those into ones that I was going to use for journaling. Filled that up pretty quickly. Same for this one, another homemade insert. Really like the cover that I made for that. With some washi and sticker flakes, so that's 91. Using up papers, I was really keen on using up things that I had. This journal I've had for a long time. If you've watched my I did a feature of like what this looked like when it was blank, and I might do a flip through of what it looks like. It was like a Secret Gardens themed junk journal. Really dolled it up, and I gave myself plenty of room to bulk up, and I'm glad I did. So I will be doing a flip through of that probably soon. This was another journal that I've had for a long time. That's number 93. I love handmade paper journals. They take ink so well, and when I use the Quill or when I use a fountain pen, it just takes it so nicely. Once again, I was just going through a lot of old photos and things that I wanted to journal, and that really bulked it up. So, and that was already a really big, thick journal. This was the Alice in Wonderland themed notebook. This is number 94. Had a lot of jingle jangles on it, keys and stuff. This is 4 signatures that I kind of just haphazardly sewed together. I really didn't care too much, but it's a whole Alice in Wonderland themed one, so I might do a flip through of that one too, because I really like the way this one was before I filled it out. And I know you guys are always curious about what junk journals look like after they've been filled out, because not too many people do flips of those. I just used a hair tie to keep these together, but these were 3 inserts, and that's all number 95. Once again, just using up a lot of flow for paper lovers. I put this into the leather journal that I had that has the wraparound tie. So that's what it is. Next one, I had a Batman pocket journal. I love using this size a lot. And yeah, I love doing that, where I just fill the whole spread of an image. I did a lot of that the past couple of years. So really enjoy the size, still really loving moleskin. 97 is a Happy Scrappy insert that I've needed to use up. It was like a woodland themed one, so it's got the bears and the foxes. Once again, just trying to save up stuff that I've had for a long time, paper-wise. This is all number 98. It all started with this, was an insert, like a junk journal insert that a friend of mine gave me. She made it and she didn't end up using it, so that was really nice of her. And then I thought I would add that to some other handmade paper junk journal inserts. And this is where it started with the whole like trace paper thing. I added some in here to use up materials, and it really worked out. So that's number 98. 99, I had a spare Hobonichi that I kind of used at the beginning of the year, and then I didn't. So I ended up using it as a journal. But the format really didn't work out. It was okay. I like the paper a lot. But I didn't like... I mean, obviously, there's just like a bunch of quotes and calendars because it's meant to be a planner, but the way it was formatted didn't really work out for me, and I had some blank pages left. I had about that much left, and I was like, screw it, it's my journal. I can do whatever I want with it. I don't have to force myself to use a journal. And that really was a lesson learned for me, too, is that don't force yourself into a journal that's not working. You know, it's yours. Do what you want. So I let go. That was journal number 99. And then journal 100. Yes, I reached my 100th journal this year. And that was really cool. This was a gift from my husband. Super thick blank paper journal. Huge. Did not do too much with it. I actually filled it up with more words than anything else. And I did track NaNoWriMo in this too, along with the NaNoWriMo notebooks. So that was a huge accomplishment to reach number 100, and that was a huge thing to carry around with me. More Traveler's Notebook inserts, 101. This is just the regular insert. Very simple. The 13 insert with the Tomoe River paper. And I think I started recapping some photos from earlier in the year that I hadn't developed until now, so I was kind of catching up on that. And this insert, this is 103. Trying out a Bear and Fig notebook. I don't see the hype of these. I'm not sure why these are so popular. They're okay. but it's a soft cover with blank pages, and added a pocket in the end for some things I didn't want to like tape in. So decent size for like if you don't want to be too intimidated with a thick notebook, you can easily finish these. So there it is. This is 105, so this was the first insert. Took my traveler's notebook with me to Milwaukee, so that was the first part of it, as seen with the stickers. And, oh, actually I skipped over, it's 104, sorry. I was really intrigued with the dime novel field notes theme. It's really nice paper, it takes pencil very well, it's nice and toothy. I enjoy toothy paper. But it's very small for journaling, so I finished this too quickly, so I don't think I'll use these for journaling. I'll use them for something else, but I really enjoy the size of it. Had really great quality paper. Really like that. Okay, back to 105. This is the last of this year of journals. So I brought this one with me first. This is the sketch insert. I really didn't like the way it took pencil, so I ended up going back to my regular notebook, or my regular pen, which is the Uniball Vision. But in the end, I did have a few things saved from like when I was going through my parents' house, and I had a few tidbits left there, so I journaled them in, covered it with stickers from Milwaukee. I brought this with me just because I knew this wasn't going to be enough. It's the Field Notes Wisconsin one, and I did use pencil in this, so Field Notes paper is good for pencil, if not ink. And I did some quick sketching while we were at the museum. They had some cool weapons, too. So I just thought I'd take advantage of that and do some art. Filled up that too quickly as well, so I was happy that I actually ended up buying this at the Milwaukee Public Museum because I love ancient Egypt things, and this was a blank notebook, so I ended up journaling in this to finish off the year. So that is the last of the actual journals for 2017, and then I have my December daily for 2017. And that I did a flip through video for, so you can see the link below. But there we have it. Those are all the journals in that huge bin. That's all I've got to keep it in right now because I don't really have room to shelve them. So in the next move, or whenever that might be, I'm hoping to get like an actual bookshelf to display all my finished journals. But so far they're just kind of sadly living in bins underneath my bed. I know, very cool. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Please let me know if you have any questions. If you want to share how many journals you have finished, go ahead. Please do not be intimidated by the amount that I've journaled. That's just what I do. But please don't take that as like, oh my god, she writes so much. My number just seems like it's tiny. Just share. I mean, however many that you've shared is however many that you've finished. It doesn't matter what number it is. The fact is that you journaled and that you got creative in your notebooks and you kept at it. That's the whole point. So please don't view this as like any sort of goal to strive for, because everybody writes at their own pace. Everybody creates at their own pace. This just happens to be my crazy year of rambling. So thank you so much for sticking by. If you have watched it to the end, I very much appreciate it, and appreciate that you have supported my channel, even with the sporadic schedule. I hope you guys are doing well, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.